So the first one is temperature. After that we want description, and also we want this icon in order to show some icon which we all saw in our demo, right? So this one. So the first one is temperature, then the description and the icon, right? So these things we want, so we can just take it through the code, right? So now I hope you understood like how these things are coming. So now what I will do, so you can see city name is equal to, so this is from coming from the request, right? We have requested this one, so request dot body in the sense the body of this HTML. So from this one the request is coming, and inside that city name, so city name is over here, the input, so that is city name here. So after that another constant which is URL, so this is the API. So this whole thing is a API, and this one I just copied from here. So this URL exactly I just copied and pasted it here, but instead of the constant city here, like I don't want Simla every time, right? So it needs to be changed. So what we can do is, instead of this name here, it was Simla, right? So we just break it down and add this plus, so concatenate and city name. So city name will be every time entered by the user, so whatever the user enters here, it will come into city name, and we'll just append here so that it will become dynamic. And after that https dot get URL, so this line basically to get the data from the weather API. So it is making a secure call https, and on this response on data we need to add this function. So we are creating some constants like JSON data is equal to, we are parsing it initially because it was not in the proper format, so we are parsing at this line. Then temperature is inside the JSON data inside main temperature, so this need to understood. So what we can do is, first is JSON data, and after inside the JSON data there is a main, and in that main there is a temperature. So we need to write like that only. First one is JSON data, then JSON data means this whole thing whatever is there. So inside that we need to go to main. So for that one we have to use dot operator dot main, and inside that main there is a temp. Inside the main there is temp, so we need to reach that temp. Okay, so this is for the temperature. And description is actually inside this list, JSON data, then weather at 0th index, and then we need to reach the description. So we are doing it here, JSON data, weather, 0th index, and description. Similarly for icon we are doing, and icon is also in the same list. So after that we are using the image URL. So image URL in the sense images will be having different URLs. So if we just change this code, there is a possibility that it will change. Okay, so like this basically we need to use this URL. I will keep it in the description, you can use. So that URL we are giving here. Okay, so that URL, and instead of this constant O01N, that is the code for this icon. So if this code changes, maybe if it becomes 2, then it might show something else. See, it is showing some cloud and all. Okay, so it will be changing 02N 01N like that. So same thing, we will make it dynamic by removing that one and adding this icon. So icon will be coming from the API, so that will append here. And now we need to write the result. So we are writing it in the HTML format. So result dot write, we can send also, but this is more than one line, right? So we can write them. So h1, that is basically writing the HTML inside the JavaScript. So h1 and the temperature in, we use the variable city name, is use the variable temp and degree Celsius, and again write the weather description is, and write the variable description. Result dot write the image source and give the URL. So image URL is here, and we'll just give it here, and result dot send. So that's all, and we'll just add one line app dot listen at 3000 localhost. So I have already shown you the demo. So if you just open this thing, and we can search for any country. If I just search for Russia, what it will show, yeah, minus 16.44 degrees Celsius, and overcast clouds, and this cloud icon here. So this is pretty much about the project, and this code and all those links I'll be putting it in the description box, so you can just use if you want. So thank you guys, thanks for watching, see you in the next one.